Good morning, everybody. Welcome to New Beginning Homestead. So I have been fighting with the chicken water. Oddly enough, we've had like a really mild winter as far as like we haven't had any snow, but the coldness is still there. Like it's still really, really cold. Everything's still freezing and it's been windy and crazy, but we really haven't had a lot of snow this year. It's kind of odd, but I've been fighting with the chicken water freezing. So I've been trying different things, and I've looked up different things on YouTube and seen what other people have tried. And so I'm going to take you outside and show you what I've tried, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that it worked. Okay, so let's go outside. Okay, everyone, I'm in the chicken coop. So the water things that I have are, let me turn this around here. So I have the ones that if it's open, it just floods out. So it's like an airlock. Well, I've been on YouTube and I've looked at like different ways people have done things. And so I put the water bottle in there, the salt water bottle. I tried that and it stopped the water from freezing inside of here. But this was like pure ice. So, yeah, it does stop the water from freezing inside the container, but it wasn't helping the water around the base. So they couldn't drink the water from the base. So then I actually saw another video where they took like sorry about that. They took like the aerators or the bubblers that you use for fish tanks. And then I saw one where they did the one, it was a battery operated one for people that don't have power either in their coop or near their coop. The aerators you use to like keep your minnows alive or in your fish holding tank that's like in your boat or something, and it's a battery operated one, they were using those. Well, because of the airlock that I have, that wouldn't work because I couldn't clip it on anything. Like it would have to just like float in there, and this one had to clip or something. So I thought, well, what if I keep the water bottle with the salt water in there to keep the inside of it from freezing, and then I use the aerator from a fish tank, that puts the little bubbles in the fish tank, because I have a bunch of them, and put that and just ran the hose. So let me turn this around. Okay, so what I did was I ran the hose around the inside of the tray so that the water would keep moving like in a circle, because in theory moving water shouldn't freeze, right? Well, even that didn't work. That froze solid with the hose in it, and the air bubbles were just going underneath. Like the top of it was frozen, so they still couldn't drink the water. So then I was trying to come up with just different ideas. Because it's got the plastic base, I can't use the traditional water tank or the what do they call those? The chicken water heaters. They're like made of aluminum, but you can't use them on plastic. So, sorry, my chickens are super loud this morning. So I was trying to figure out, well, what could I do? Because I didn't want to run heat lights on the water. So I did bring a heat lamp in here for a little while just to thaw it out completely. So I just had the heat light on there just during the day long enough that the water could thaw out. So what I did, after it completely thawed out, inside and out, like I said, the water bottle, the salt water bottle, you'll see videos on those. Those do work. It doesn't stop it from like not freezing at all. There is still like a sheet of ice in there, but it doesn't freeze solid as it would without it. You girls are noisy. So I didn't want to put a heat lamp in here. One, because they're dangerous. And two, because I don't want to give my chickens any artificial light or heat for the winter. Anyway, I didn't want to give them any light or heat for the winter because their coop is actually very well insulated with I believe R19 insulation. We did this wall over the summer where we put insulation, and then we broke apart pallets and put that up, because my coop is really big. It's not like a standard small coop, so it's kind of hard to keep warm. But so their walls are insulated, and it stays plenty warm in here. But it obviously is getting below freezing because their water's freezing. So, but I'm doing the deep litter method this year. I've never done it before, so I'm actually trying it. We'll see how it works. See if it. So far, nobody has frostbite. Everybody's fine. I check on my birds daily. But then I thought, okay, what about a brooder plate? Because I do have power in my coop. So if you don't have power in your coop, you'd have to run an extension cord, or I don't know. I don't know how else you would do this, to be honest with you. And I do apologize. I wish I could find a solution that didn't use power, because I really didn't want to use any electricity in the coop this year at all. That was one of the reasons we insulated it, because last year this place was so cold. We were running brooder plates and heat lamps, and it was a mess. It was a horrible mess, and my chickens still got frostbite. So we went through the summer, and we actually, like I said, we insulated all of the walls. We redid the whole front side of it. It had 2 huge double doors on the front, so you could literally open up the whole front side of the coop. When we bought this property, I think this building actually used to be like a farrowing pen, and so we actually turned it into a coop. But we now only have 1 small door instead of the 4 big doors. And then where one of the doors were, I don't know if you can see it, we actually put a window, a big long window, into that wall, so they have more daylight in here and not artificial light. So basically, let me show you what I did and get this flipped back around. Okay, so what I did is I actually put a brooder plate here, and it is set to heater. Now, like I said, I do have power in my coop, but I'm only running the 1 brooder plate. And this is not hot or even warm to the touch, but it's enough to stop it from freezing. And I don't have the water bottle in there anymore, so it's completely thawed out. Like, it's not frozen or anything. And I think last night we got down to, I think it was like 14 degrees last night, which has actually been a little warmer than it has been. So that's not too bad. But yeah, it does give a little bit of artificial heat in the coop, but like I said, my coop is huge, so that little brooder plate is not going to make that much difference in here. Now, you might want to know, okay, why do I not want to give my chickens artificial heat? But anyway, now that I've showed you this, we'll flip the camera back around. Okay, so let's say she was going to give you eggs. If you let her do her normal thing and stop when she's molting, stop when the weather gets cold, or slow down when the weather gets cold, where you may only get 1 or 2 from her a week. If you just let her do her normal thing and say she had enough eggs to give you eggs for 5 years. But some of that time, depending on how often you did it, if you did it year round or what, you did artificial light and artificial heat, made it even warmer for them than the normal seasons, to keep her producing full-time, full speed, her eggs, to where you were getting 1 from her at least every other day, if sometimes every day. Then now she's not going to lay eggs for you for 5 years, and you're going to have to buy new chickens. She's only going to lay eggs for maybe 3 years. So, and if that's your goal and you're wanting to rotate your birds and whatever, every couple of years, then by all means do as you please. But you gotta do what's, according to how you guys are doing your farm and how you guys are raising your chickens, but we get the questions a lot, do you put heat in your barn? Do you put light in your barn? Things like that. Our coop is not cold enough anymore to warrant that. Now, like I said, last year it was ridiculous. I did not want to go through that again this year. I did not want the birds to go through that again this year. Last year was really rough. So, like I said, we had tarps, everything. It was insane. So, But this year, no, they don't need the artificial heat, and they don't need extra light. They've got their windows, so they can go with the normal sun up, sun down schedule. Yeah, I know, I hear you. I'm disrupting them. So anyway, that's what I did. I used a brooder plate on the back side of it to keep it warm so that it wouldn't freeze, because either the inside, hey girls, either the inside was freezing or the water base was freezing. But now just with the brooder plate, it's not freezing at all. I don't even have ice in it, and I don't have a water bottle with salt in it, or salt water in it on the inside either. So there you go. That's how I've done it. But like I said, unfortunately, I do have to use a little bit of electricity. So anyway, remember, every day is a new beginning, and thanks for joining us, and hope you like and share this video to somebody who's maybe having the trials of how to keep their chicken water from freezing as well. Maybe it'll help them if they have the option of electricity. So anyway, have a great day and stay blessed.